My name is Jordan Collins, and this is my informative speech. My audience members are Noah Shack, my dog Duke, and Isaiah Shack, the cameraman. Who here has ever underage drink? I know no one here has, but people do it. 11% of all the alcohol consumed in the U.S. is by underage teens. People under the age of 21 consume 11% of all the alcohol consumed, which is a lot for something that's illegal. There are many different facts on why people drink underage, and then there's many different reasons why people underage, and for every reason there's prevention, so there's many different ways to prevent that too. The U.S. Department of Health and Services say that adolescents are more likely to binge drink rather than casual drink, for the simple fact that you can't just go out to a bar and have a drink or two with your friends. You usually do it as a social gathering with other people, so you drink more often. 26.4% of teens between the age of 12 and 20 say they have had at least one sip of alcohol before. And this is in the past studies that the scientists did. 37% of that number have taken a sip of alcohol by the time they're in 8th grade. That's 12, 13, and 14-year-olds that have admitted taking a sip of alcohol. 72% of that admit that they have taken a sip by the time they graduate high school. So that leaves 1% left for people under the age under 8th grade. 56.2% of underage drinking happens away from home. And then in Texas, I know you're allowed to drink with your parents if you're under the age of 21. So that means if you're not at home, then you're probably not with your parents drinking, which is not safe because it's illegal doing that. There's many different reasons why people drink, and peer pressure is one of them. 50% of first-timers say they were peer pressured into it. So it's not that they've constantly been peer pressured, but the first time they've been peer pressured. And it could be unintentional peer pressure. Like if you have an older peer, someone that you look up to, and they drink underage, then maybe you'll feel that unintended pressure because they did it. You feel like you need to do it. 40% of students underage drink once they move away for college. So like if you go to a big university, then guys would join fraternities, most guys would, and then it looks good on your resume, but then they're also known as big partiers. So like if you're a pledge with your pledge class, you're gonna drink and bond with them and get drunk, and then grow as a brotherhood that way by drinking and partying together, which leads to the second reason, which is better socialization. It helps people feel more at ease and less awkward, and it helps you connect with other people. Even whenever you're sober the next day, you can talk about the party you went to last night, and it helps you do that. Scientists say that adolescents feel positive drinking effects, and one positive drinking effect is ease in social situations. And for that reason, teens are more likely to be able to drink more than adults, just for that little reason alone. There's many different ways you can prevent underage drinking because it is illegal and it's something that shouldn't happen. If you raise the alcohol price levels, then those 8th graders that are drinking will no longer be able to drink because the price is so high, and then they normally don't have jobs, they can't fund for themselves and buy alcohol. And you can also enforce more laws. Like I know you're allowed to drink with your parents. Maybe you can let that go automatically and just can't even drink with your parents. That'll help that way. And then you can also even lower the drinking age, lower it to 18, and then there will be less underage drinking going on. I'm not getting into what side I'm on or anything, but that's also another thing you can do to limit the illegal part about underage drinking. And then but yeah, I wanted you to get from this speech was just that underage drinking is always going to happen, and it's going to be a part of the U.S. and everywhere else. There's always going to be underage drinking. There's different factors I didn't talk about, but there's so much things that go on that people don't know about, and underage drinking is a big part of it. Thank you.